Excellent. Once again, I would like to welcome every one of you to our Empowered to Mentor Women Leadership Program. And this is a program designed to empower all women leaders or women leaders to be, those that seek to have influence their generation and the next generation. Thank you so much, every one of you, for being a part of this program. Today, we are going to be looking at a very, very important topic, which connects to the topic that we talked about last week. So today we are going to be looking at group dynamics. All right, so we are going to be looking at a leader, or we're going to be looking at leadership and group dynamics. Like we talked about last week, leadership dynamics refers to when a leader manages interpersonal conflict appropriately and recognizes how these relationships or how the relationship within the groups that they lead change and accordingly adapt their personal leadership style to it. While group dynamics refers to the attitude and behaviors of the people in that group. So like we mentioned, it's very, very imperative that our leader knows or understands the people that belong to their group, and also know how to be able to, having understood the dynamics of the people in that group, to be able to know how to navigate the challenges that occur in every group. And of course, there are bound to be challenges that will occur in every group, every team, because you're dealing with human beings. Human beings are coming with their complex issues, coming with their strengths and their weaknesses. So it's imperative that having known that there are different kinds of people in your group, knowing how to navigate the issues that might crop up as you lead them. So today we do have our executive director for the Kingdom Arts Foundation. He is going to be helping us on with the group dynamics workshop today. Dr. Godwin Ude is a multi-gifted and well-trained business consultant, pharmacist, psychotherapist, clinical counselor, wellness coach, author, scholar, speaker, personal development coach, missionary, community development consultant, family and marriage therapist, teacher, preacher, ordained minister, leadership consultant, serial church planter or consultant, a husband and father of 3 smart kids. So you can see that he has learned in so many capacities. So there's nobody more qualified to be able to share their experiences with us than he is. All right, so I would like to welcome Dr. Godwin Ude to the platform. Forget about the fact that he's my husband. I just want to chip that in, all right? So let's welcome Dr. Godwin Ude to the platform to help us with group dynamics today. Let's give him a round of applause.
All right. Okay, so thank you all very much. And I want to thank you, Dr. Blessing, for the good work you're doing, empowering these ladies. Someone said, if you want to educate the community, educate the child, the lady or girl child. The girl child becomes the tutor of the future generation of a community. So we are trying to lay the foundation for the success of the BIPOC community, not just here in British Columbia, but across Canada. Change does not happen overnight, but once you lay the foundation, you anticipate that in the next 10 years, our children will not have to go through what some of us had to go through. So it begins from this class. It begins from going through lessons and coachings and capacity building training, and then learning how to do things the right way and approaching life from a different perspective. So today I've been asked to teach on group dynamics, and I will try and share with you some of the experiences that I have gained over the years working with people. The issue of leadership is a global one. More books are published yearly on leadership than any other profession, as I was told, because leadership determines the progress of any society. So it is important that even though you are here to be a part of the women empowerment programming, you might be asking yourself, I don't lead anybody. I'm not a leader of any group. But the truth is that you're a leader. We are all born leaders. Once you have children, you're a leader. If you have siblings, you're a leader. Even if you work in an office and there's someone that reports to you, you're a leader. You know, leadership is not something that you have to go to school to learn. It is something that you have to develop the strategies, the skills, the art. Sometimes people say, I'm not born a leader. The truth is that you are actually born. You're born a leader. Somebody has to tell you that you were born a leader. Self-leadership is the greatest form of leadership, because you can't lead others if you can't lead yourself. So we are going to be looking at leadership. We're going to be looking at theory of temperament. We're going to be looking at teamwork. And then what is a group? A group is different from a team. A team is different from a group. We're going to look at these differences. But we're going to discuss in details theory of temperament, personalities, teamwork, group, and we're going to look at leadership generally. But today, I'm going to be focusing on the different types of people you have in a group that creates the dynamics of that group. Dynamics means the processes that go on in that group. And then we're going to also look at how you can build a team from this group of diversities, we might call it, different people, different ideologies, different approaches to issues. How do you galvanize all of these different opinions, different skills, different qualifications and talents? How do you bring them into a functional team that accomplishes great things? You don't go to school to learn this. It's something you learn through the process, developing your own personal skills and grow into becoming someone that can work with literally everybody or anybody. It's a powerful skill when you master the art of group dynamics. So we're going to look at what group dynamics is. It's a system of behaviors and psychological processes occurring within a social group. So when you have a bundle of people, you have a group, not a team. A group is just a bundle of individuals. You form a team out of a group. A team is made up of individuals with special skills. So to accomplish something, you have to choose people with requisite skills, whose skills will contribute to accomplishing that goal. For example, if I want to start a restaurant, I'm going to be looking for people with great customer service skills. I'm going to be looking for people with great culinary skills. I'm going to be looking for someone with great accounting skills. I'm going to be looking for someone that has some level of organizational skill. These are the people I'll be looking for. I call it assembling a team. So I assemble that team and then I build my restaurant. But I had to pick these individuals from a pool or a group of people. While I was within this group, I was able to identify these different skills, different talents. So the ability to get through these different talents and different skills and be able to form a team from them to accomplish a purpose is the group dynamics process. So what it also tells you is that no one is without a skill. No one is without a talent. No one is without a gift. I've been a leader all my life. It was in my leadership assignments that I met my beautiful, hardworking, intelligent wife. She was my financial secretary. And I found something unique about her within the group. I had a group of leaders who were voted into office, like I was voted as their leader, as their president. But I didn't work with everyone. I had to work with people who provided the skills I needed to accomplish the vision and the dreams that God gave me within that period of time. My vice president was a great guy. So he was part of that inner team. I had to learn how to work with him because he had some excesses too. He had some baggages, So then I had another guy who was always rambunctious, always rambunctious. He was my prayer secretary. He would travel and he would not come back for like a week or 2 weeks. And when you ask him, what happened? We didn't see you for 2 weeks. He would say to me, oh, praise the Lord, it's well, it's well, it's well, it's well. So we started calling him brother, it's well. Everything was always well. And he was a tremendous guy with tremendous gift. He was building a tutorial business while he was still on campus. I didn't kick him away. I didn't insult him. I knew he was fighting for survival. But whenever he was around, he would do a good job of his assignment. My wife had these managerial, powerful skills, I couldn't, with some leadership, great leadership qualities. So she literally ran the entire operation in my absence. She was doing that. So anytime I traveled, because of her capacity to handle responsibilities, I let her deal with official responsibilities beyond just the financial aspect. So I just share this to let you know that you as an individual, either you're a wife or a business owner or you intend to raise your children, look at the qualities, look at the giftings, look at their talents and value that talent. You don't expect everyone to be the same or just meet your specific feeling or expectation. No, allow people to be in their unique nature. Your goal is to galvanize, put together even some contradictory personalities, put them together because they have value in helping you accomplishing your goals. That's why I said some people think leadership is something you inherit. You can only inherit the temperament of dominion or domination. It's called D in temperamental disc. They're always in charge of other people. They always want to tell people what to do. They always want to be the forefront. They always want to instruct people. They're very aggressive, go-getter, hardworking. People think people like these are born leaders. But do you understand that if someone with that kind of attitude and character, as long as he does not refine it, he will become an accident waiting to happen. So having natural leadership quality does not guarantee you'll be a good leader. You have to understand how to work with other people. And that's what group dynamics does. So in a group, you have what we call intra-group dynamics, what goes on within that group. It happens everywhere, either in a church or in a team or in a music department or even in your family meetings or in a village meeting or in your office or even a little departmental meeting, you're going to have what we call intra-group either bickerings and misunderstandings and quarrelings and frictions. So the job of a leader, not a manager, pay attention, the job of a leader is to not start adding fuel to the frictions, but to pull out the strengths. Everyone has got strengths, and the opposite of their strength is their weaknesses. Oftentimes, it's the weaknesses that people see, and they say, oh, this person is bad. Nobody can ever work with him or her. Oh, I don't want this person. No, that individual has two sides. There's two sides to the coin. So focus on the opposite, the positive side, and you will be able to get the best out of that person, and the person become part of your team to help you accomplish great things. So you look at the next here. How does group dynamics work? Once two or more persons come together for a purpose, intra-group dynamics are inevitable. These dynamics may be something you don't like. It could be argument, it could be quarrel, it could be somebody being lazy, it could be somebody not contributing, it could be somebody fighting another person, it could be somebody constantly attacking the leader or attacking the purpose of the group. You always have stuff like that. So people without training will always fight back, thinking that they're trying to protect their interests. No, you are destroying the entire ecosystem. Focus on the assignment, not on the personality. Look at the personality from a positive perspective. That means look at the individual from this person. Why he's doing this may be because he wants something more. As we are going to learn, as we go further, you realize that most people who constantly challenge goals of an organization or the style of leadership, it might not be that they hate the organization or they hate the leader or they hate the system. It might be that they just want improvement. They want something better. So what you do is to pull that person closer and try to learn more from that individual and ask the person some questions like, oh, is there any way we can do, what do you think we can do to improve what we're doing? I sense that you really want something better than what we have right now. It will amaze you the kind of ideas and suggestions that will come from this individual. Now, why is this study very important, especially for women? The reason is because most times women don't distinguish between their realities and emotions. You know, there's always this confluence of rationality and emotionality. And it is the way God wired women. So you have to train yourself. It's something you have to do, just like men have to train themselves to become empathic. Women have to train themselves to become a little bit logical and be able to separate their emotions, their feelings from reality, from rationality. Because if you make decisions all based on emotions or based on, I don't like him, or I don't like her, I don't like the way he talks to me, I don't like the way she talks to me, I don't like the way he looks at me, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to grow because you'll be destroying everything. Because nobody has been given the mandate to like you or love you. People are going to definitely confront and challenge you. So you have to decide where your feeling stops and your logical reasoning starts, which will help you to look beyond the things you're seeing to the goal you want to accomplish. You become goal-driven rather than personality-driven, because you can't control people's personality. You can't control their experiences, their feelings, their baggages. You don't know the details, where they're coming from. So the only thing you should concern yourself with is your goal. Communicate the goal, and let people make decisions to be part of the vision. Don't force them, don't push them, but communicate the details, be transparent. Let them see that they have their own interest protected in the goal that you're about to pursue. And you will have their voluntary contributions and voluntary activities or voluntary support. But if you have to push and force and mandate and literally intimidate people into your goal and into your vision, you don't have a team what you have is a group of disaster waiting to happen. That's why people fight in a meeting. Because a meeting is not a team. A meeting oftentimes is a group of divergent, contradictory personalities, and they fight all the time. I was raised in my particular family is the head of our town. So every once in a month, they will come to my house to hold a meeting. All the women, they will come to my house to hold a meeting. And as early as 5:30 a.m., you'll be hearing noise. They start fighting from that 5 a.m. till probably 10. They argue, they quarrel, this person will challenge this person. It was a disaster, but they enjoyed it. What I realized was that they look forward to that. It continued like that until I left home. Yeah, but as you grow, you have to begin to realize that the world does not revolve around you. You have to learn how to be patient, how to be tolerant, how to be vision-driven and not personality-driven, how to use people's giftings and positive part of them to help build something that will benefit you and benefit them and benefit their families. That's the job of a leader. That's actually the job of parents. You get the best out of your children. You pull them, master their temperaments, master their dynamics, master their weaknesses and their strength, and be able to treat them as individuals and manage them until they grow up and become the best. So this lesson today is not just about groups, it's about everything you do in life. So you see that human beings are bundles of what? Emotions, temperaments, values, likes, dislikes, ambitions, want, need, etc. Whenever human beings interact, these factors bring about what we call what? Group dynamics. And the more you experience this and manage them, the better you become in dealing with issues of life and dealing with just anybody. People often wonder why we always, in our ministry, we've always had people from diverse backgrounds and nationalities. And they wonder how we're able to pull them together and have them stay with us for 6, 7, 10 years. The secret is what we are discussing right now, is learning how to work with people, learning how to understand people, learning how not to be emotionally driven, but, merge empathy with some level of rationality, become vision driven and not driven by, people's personality crisis or their likes and dislikes. Those are their personal challenges. Your job is to help these people win the war over their temperamental weaknesses and help them become stronger, better, and live more balanced life. Now, if you have any question, just raise your hand and ask, and I'll be able to answer them as we move on with the training. But if you don't, I will continue to explain all of this. But if you have any questions, you can always raise your hand. All right. So now we talked about how to build a team from a group. I did mention this before, that a group is just a population of people. They might be ethnically based. It might be on a level of job. It might even be paraquat meeting. It could be a group of parents, a group of basketball player parents, a group of hockey player parents. You're always going to have a group. Group can form anytime, anywhere, because of some special interest. So, but managing a group successfully towards accomplishing a common goal requires some leadership skills, which can be acquired. Anybody can lead. Anybody can lead. I did a lot of leadership courses. So I was shocked when I was taught that everyone is born a leader. I never had that before. And when we began to really discuss this, I found out that it is true. The leadership is not about personality. It's about developing skills, some acquired skills. Yeah, there might be some natural enhancements which would help you, but you need to refine that natural enhancement or natural skills. Enhance it by refining it, learning some stuff that will help you. Mine happened when I was in second year in university. A friend walked up to me and said, you know, you're a great leader. I said, me? No, I'm not like that. I'm a very quiet person. I can talk, but it's not leadership. No, he said, no, you are. So he gave me a book, Spirit Control Temperament, Why People Act the Way They Do. And when I read these two books, I was like, wow. So what happened was I began to now study people. So as I began to study people, it helped me to work with just anybody. So when I got involved with leadership at the top level, those acquired skills of studying people and learning them and mastering them helped me to run successful organizations and still do today. And anybody can do that. It helped me with my own family, you know, in my marriage, even in my children, even raising my siblings. I came from a very big home. We were 15. We lost 2 of my sisters, 1 sibling and the other one. So, but you got to learn all of this. So the purpose of this lesson is to outline some of the team roles and ways to successfully manage a group, irrespective of the group dynamics. So any group, no matter how riotous or conflicting or contradictory they might be, can be handled properly. They can be managed. They can be used to accomplish great things. I got to share something with you. Where we are right now, the office where we're actually having this meeting, some of you have visited our facility. We worked on this place for 1 month. We had to work on it for 1 month with free labors. Free labors. So it happened that the 2 gentlemen who were spearheading the project got to a point where they literally hated each other. They hated each other because one was crossing a barrier in relating with this other person's girlfriend or whatever. So it literally almost stopped the work. And if it had happened, I'm not sure we would have been able to stay here, because these 2 gentlemen were the backbone of the renovation project here. One had the skills to do just anything. The other one had all the equipment. So the one that had the skill had no equipment. The one that had all the equipment did not have the skill. And now these 2 individuals at the middle of the work almost fought. It took wisdom. I mean, real wisdom to be able to bring these 2, reconcile, try to placate, because we need to get the job going. We need to get the renovation work going. It was a big challenge, but we pulled through it. They never got to work together again, but at least they helped, got the job finished. We got our job finished. So understanding people, understanding the positive part of them, understanding how to work with people is a skill. It's much, much better to pursue these skills than to pursue some maybe jobs here and there. These are life skills, I call them. Life skills. So we're going to look at some of these personalities, these activities that you see visible in a group, and how you can form a team from these diverse personalities and use that team to accomplish great things. A man by name Belbin was able to identify these different skills or personalities or manifestations of skills and strengths So he was able to identify and outline about 9 of them. So we're going to look at them. The first one, he identified people, he called them shapers. So he said that a shaper is a dynamic, outgoing member of the team. They are often argumentative, provocative, and impatient. So if you don't know, you might think someone like this is a bad guy. He's always arguing. Always arguing. I was invited to speak to one of the local organizations here in DC, and the PRO said to me, my God, let me be frank with you. There's going to be someone there who will argue with everything that the president will say, and even argue with you. So you got to be prepared for that. So we started the meeting, and this person actually did that. She was very vocal. She was very authoritative and very argumentative. So when I was listening to this individual, I realized that this person is loaded with ideas, but her manner of communicating the idea was always very provocative and argumentative. And the good thing is that the president understood this individual and learned how to manage this person. It required skill. Somebody else could have said, if I hear you talk right now, I will shut you down. That's what some people say, oh, I will do this. You don't get anywhere by being aggressive to someone who is naturally aggressive. No. So for shapers, they want change. These traits mean that they cause friction with others, especially people-oriented members of the group. They see other person who has this empathic, socializing nature, and they feel that that person is just craving for attention instead of focusing on the job. They contradict other people who are not like them. That's why they're called shapers. Due to the personality of shaper, they push the group towards agreement and decision-making. They are keen to remove barriers and do what? Embark on challenges or embrace challenges. These people want to change an entire system quickly and fast. That's their calling. They move things. They're transformational in their way of doing things. If you give them an organization or a company, they can change everything from the bottom to the top quickly, swiftly. They push everyone to get a goal done. People like that are usually young and they are very visionary, very ambitious. They're called shapers. You may have someone like that in your team. Use him to slay your giant. He's like a David. You don't have to say, I don't want you, you are too friction, you are too argument. No. He's looking for something to do. He's looking for something to create. He's looking for something to accomplish. You've been given a goal. You can use the person and do mighty things. If you are really a leader who's been trained the way we are trying to train you all now. The second person is called implementer. The implementers get things done. They have the ability of transforming discussions, ideas into practical activities. Implementers are conscientious, wanting things to be done properly. These are the people, when you're talking, they're looking at how can we get it done? They have outlined strategies. These are strategically thinking people. Their own is, we need to get this done. How do we get it done? Talking is not enough. We need to have ways of getting it done. How do we get this done? There are people like that. They are very practical, organized in nature. As you're talking, they are writing. They have the ability to get the job done. They say, oh, when do we start? Do we have this? Do we have that? Where do we get the tools, the materials, this and that? They are the ones who actually get things done for you. They don't talk too much. They don't argue. They just sit down there. They take notes. They plan things, and they come up with solutions. They say, okay, so let's do it this way. Let's contact this person, contact this person. Let's buy this and buy that. Let's go to this place and go to this place. They are the ones who get things done for you. The shaper may not have interest in implementation, but they have the idea and they will push it. So when you have a guy like this with the first guy, you have gold, seriously. Oftentimes, people don't want people like this because they feel they will challenge the authority. That's why people like that don't go anywhere. Then you surround yourself with oh yes people. Oh yes people cannot achieve anything for you. Then number 3, completer, finisher. The completer or finisher is a task-oriented member of the group. And as the name implies, they like to complete tasks. These people will never stop at anything. They finish whatever. In fact, they come into a place and everything is scattered. They make sure they put everything in organized way, wash the plate, clean the cooler, do everything together and put things back in their normal way. There are people like that. They never leave work unfinished. They never leave an event scattered. They would always stay behind and make sure everything is properly arranged and done properly. The completer and finisher can be an anxious person, worried about deadlines and targets. They are perfectionists and have good attention to detail, but also worry about delegating tasks. They do the job themselves. They don't want to tell people because they feel the people will disappoint. They would rather do something themselves and know that it was done properly than delegate somebody to do it. I've had people say that all the time. No, I will do that. I don't want people to mess the thing up. Don't blame them. Don't blame them. They are great people. If you have people like this, you will never have an uncompleted task. You'll never. Number 4, you have coordinator. You have chairperson. The coordinator is often a calm, positive, and charismatic member of the team. Coordinators take on leadership or chairperson's role by clarifying goals and objectives, helping to allocate roles, responsibilities, and duties within the group. The coordinator has excellent interpersonal skills, being able to communicate effectively with team members through good listening, verbal and nonverbal communication. Recently, I was talking to someone. I would just ask the individual, "How's your husband doing?" "Oh, he's doing fine." I said, "Oh, we miss him. He's the coordinator we have there. He tells everybody what to do. Just sits down there or stands there and he's telling everybody what they must do." You know, some people might be like, no. This person doesn't want to work. He sits down there telling everybody what to do. It's not like he's lazy, no, or maybe she's lazy, no. It's just the person's gifting or quality. Now, you can give that kind of individual an assignment to connect with 4 different organizations and get them to attend the meeting or become part of an event. And he will do a good job of that. But don't tell him to work on anything. Don't tell him to lift anything. Don't tell this person to implement anything. No. But if you're just looking for a coordinator, somebody who can bring the whole world together on the same table, he will do that. So people like these are people you make a public relation officer. They do a good job of that. So are you now seeing pictures here, seeing qualities, seeing talents, seeing giftings, how positive these giftings are. Number 5, you have team worker. The team worker helps by giving support and encouragement to the other members of the team. This team-oriented member is concerned about how others in the team are managing. Team workers have sensitive, outgoing personalities, and they're happy to listen and act as team counselor. Team workers are usually popular members of the team, able to effectively negotiate and work towards the good of the group. Team workers can, however, be indecisive in group decisions, torn between the welfare of the members and the ability of the team to deliver. These are empathic people, conscientious individuals. They care more about the welfare of the individuals than they care about the goal of the team. They want everyone to work together. They want peace to reign. They are the peacemakers in every team. They are the ones who can sense that someone is limping, that someone is not doing well. Maybe someone is not happy. They will be the first to ask, "Are you okay? Is everything all right? Is there any way I can help?" There's always people like that. They're Barnabas. They want to make everyone outside of the circle become part of the circle. They are disciple makers. They seek for peace all the time. They seek for unity. They seek for coordination. They seek, people working together. They seek peace by all means. There are people like that. But if you ask them what do they think about the vision, they don't know. They may not even know about what you're doing. They just want to make sure that those who are doing it are well and they're okay. Ask him or her for any idea or suggestion. He may not have any. She may not have any. But she will just tell, I just want everybody to be happy. I just want everybody to do well. And we will do what we want to do. So don't take that person for granted, because without him or her, some of the team members may quit, because if you are only pushing for the goal of the team without really taking time to ask how people do, how they feel, and how their families do, and if there are some misgivings or misunderstanding, how that can be fixed, something will build up. And if it's not taken care of, it will explode, and it'll be difficult for you as a team leader to manage. So team workers, very good in a particular team. Now we have another group we call the resource investigator. In a team, you only have people who have strong communication skills. They are good at negotiating with people outside the team and gathering external information and resources. These are researchers. They know where to get information. They know where to get the result. They know who to talk to. While you are talking, they are already researching. I can find, I find this on Amazon. Instead of spending $200 on this, maybe Best Buy. We can buy this from Amazon. It's $50 cheaper there. Okay. I find another one is no Walmart. We can do this. While you are still talking, thinking about how to solve a problem, they are already searching. They're already finding out who to talk to, who to call, companies to call, person to call, who to invite. They have that ability. They call resource investigators. Just give them assignment to find the best way or best person or where to get something. They will locate, give you a list of best people, best persons, best places to find what you're looking for. Resource investigators are curious, sociable in their nature. They are open to new ideas and ways of accomplishing things. They are very flexible, innovative, open to change. Resource investigators are listened to by other teams because they have facts. They don't just talk. They have facts. Before you know it, they'll say, wait a minute, they get their phone, pim, 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 pim. They say, this is what I'm telling you. I just talked to that guy. I just texted him. We just communicated. We can get this deal. You need someone like that. One of the challenges with people who have not been trained in leadership, they get intimidated by all of these other personalities because they want to be everything. You can't. Your job is to coordinate these skills, coordinate these individuals, and accomplish their goal. Some people say things, I don't want any one of my kids to be taller than me. I don't want any one of my kids to be smarter than me. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You are not jack of all trades. You have your unique skills, unique talents. I mean, as a mother, your job is to bring the best out of everyone around you, out of everyone, that comes your way. All right. Always leave people better than you met them. Always think about that. Now we have the plant. The plant is an intellectual, individualistic member of the team. The plant is innovative and will suggest new and creative ways of problem solving within a team. Sometimes the ideas of the plant may be impracticable due to their highly creative nature. They may ignore known constraints when developing the ideas. Plants are often introverts and may have poor communication skills. They are what? They long, I'm blocking that. They are loners and they enjoy walking away from the rest of the group. People like these, they stay by themselves. Everyone else talks, they just stay there. And when they talk, they say things that people will be like, what? What are you talking about? Who has ever done that? But the truth is that they know it can be done. They know it can be done. These are engineers in the group. They can articulate solutions to a problem that nobody else has ever thought of. And they're not going to try to convince you. They just tell you. You might have the shaper or the coordinator shutting them down. Hey, my friend, sit down there. We are talking important things. You're talking about, abstract things. What does the leader do? As a leader, you call him by the side, take him to your office, and try to find out more about his idea. I read a book about a guy that works, I think, with Google or one of the companies, and they were paying him a lot of money just for his idea. He comes to work, his office, he would just sit beside the window, doing nothing. So one day they hired a new guy who came and kept seeing this guy in his office, doing nothing. He just sits behind the window and is gazing outside the office. So that guy went and reported to the supervisor and said, this guy doesn't do a job. He doesn't work. There's nothing on his table. He's always looking through the window. What's he doing? Why are you guys, allowing him here? So the supervisor told this new employee, you see that guy you're seeing there? His idea brought in hundreds of millions of dollars to this company. You see what you're seeing there? That's his job. He's constantly thinking. He's constantly saying things that people don't see. You might think he's looking through the window. No, he's actually seeing stuff in his own world. And when he puts those things down, the company learns a lot. And he has been able to put our company ahead of our competitor. That guy is our brain box. These are planters, or call them plants. You need people like that. They think outside the box. Okay, we're almost done 3 slides and we're going. Number 8, monitor and evaluator. The monitor evaluator is unlikely to get aroused in a group discussion. They tend to be clever and unemotional, often detected from the other group's members. They are probably out of the group. The monitor evaluator will critically evaluate and analyze the proposals, ideas, contributions of others in the team. In families, you probably have people like monitor evaluators carefully weigh up advantages and disadvantages, strengths and weaknesses of ideas and proposals, and therefore are usually good decision makers. Monitor evaluators are keen critical thinkers. Critical thinkers. They look at things from a comprehensive perspective. They want what is being done to be done properly. They evaluate and monitor the progress. They put the records in order. They are constantly making sure that at any point in time that the team is asked to produce a report, they already know what to do, what to say. You need people like this in your team. If you're a top leader, if you're really at the top, or maybe the president or CEO, or even a father, or even a manager in a company or owner of a business, you understand the importance of this group dynamic. Because you need people like this. They might not be people that you like. They might not be people that agree with you. They might not be people that you find easy to work, but they do their part and they do it very well. So you need them, not because you feel good about them, but because they have what you need to accomplish the purpose that you have set out to accomplish. Because in this world, you're not going to have people who just like you and appreciate you and want to work with you. You're always going to have people who have their own ways and visions and dreams and ideas. The goal is for you to understand what you're doing, where you're going, and why you need this individual. And let the individual realize that they have their own interest within the system, protected, because that's the goal of life, is to make people better than you made them. When people realize that by being around you, they'll get better. I mean, without wasting time, they'll be part of it. Your job is to ensure that they find value with being part of the system and be very, very knowledgeable in studying people, and don't throw people away just because you feel you don't like them. They might be your staunchest or greatest promoters or supporters, because they do what they do because they're trying to learn you. So you have to learn them too. And when you guys reach that point of knowledge of each other, a team is formed. Okay, the last one, specialist. The specialist has expert knowledge in some area that is vital to success of the group. The specialist provides knowledge and skills in this narrow area, dwelling on practicalities in their expert area. The specialist may have problems applying their expertise to the wider goals of the team. Specialists tend to be single-minded and professional. You need people who are good at what they do. Just they're good at that. That's all they do. They don't try to get involved with every other thing that the team is doing. They're just good at what they do. They focus on that. They are masters of their craft. So you need people like that. There's a guy in scriptures called Bezalel. Bezalel was a gifted guy. He wasn't a priest. He wasn't a warrior. He was just good at crafting whatever should be crafted, be it the golden stand, the menorah, or be it the Ark of the Covenant. He built all of it. All he did was build. He didn't want to be a priest. He didn't want to be a warrior. He didn't want to be part of the leadership. He was not part of the 70 elders that Moses, he was just a craftsman, and he did it and did it well. So you always have to have people who are good at what they do and let them focus on that. Allow them to do what they're doing best. Don't try to force them into every mode just because you want everyone to be busy and active. No, don't need that. Let people stay in their zone and do what they do best. Because that's why they are part of the team. So we want to thank you for being a part of this class. And this is the end of the lesson. We summarize by going back to where we started. That's where I want to close this by telling you that whenever you have a group of people, there will be differences. Learn how to see strength in groups, not quarrels and arguments. A good leader should train himself or herself and acquire the necessary skills on how to bring out the best from this chaotic, conflicting, contradictory, friction-full group. That is your calling as a parent, or as a leader, or as a business owner. Once you work with people, you have to ask yourself, what is my role? If you are given the responsibility to head a group or lead a group, it's now your job to galvanize this diverse, contradictory, conflicting, chaotic group. Your job is to bring them to form a team. People who don't know this may think you're weak, maybe you are compromising, maybe you're stupid, or maybe you are just letting that person get away with his attitude or his behavior. No. Your job is not to destroy the team, it's to get the best out of the team. And it calls for a lot of training, a lot of skill development, a lot of personal management, because you have to gain control over your own emotions, over your own feelings, and be emotionally healthy to be able to handle this diverse psychological conflicts. You see that? Bundles of emotions, temperament, values, likes, dislikes, ambitions, wants, needs. These are all the things that happen within a system. So you have to build yourself, grow through the process of healing, become emotionally stable, and develop yourself to the point where you are no longer this TP, sensitive, easily provoked kind of person, because you're going to get a lot of them. You got to grow to the point where you are able to laugh at some stuff, stabilize yourself, look at the positive side of stuff, and pull everyone together. It takes time, but you got to learn to walk towards that. I'll conclude by saying this. When one of my leadership experiences, it was a meeting, and someone, not one, about two people, stood up and challenged and literally insulted me. Oh, I got really mad because I was burning my time, jeopardizing my academics and everything just to lead this group. And here are people that have been laboring and suffering for, thinking that they will appreciate what I will do. Here they were standing in the presence of everybody, criticizing everything and literally condemning me. I felt so bad. My response was so direct and pungent and caught. One of my friends ran quickly and whispered to me and said, calm down, calm down. This is how it is. If you act this way, you've just shown that you don't have the capacity to do what? To lead. I calmed down, but when I left, I had to go to ask for help. And the Lord spoke to me, said, go and read the life of Moses and David and Paul. Anyone I've always asked to do something will always have to have people challenge them. You have to learn how to work with everybody. You know, it became a great lesson, a great lesson. So I want to thank you all for being a part of this class. I also want to thank Dr. Blessing, who put up this great series of lessons to help build capacity, raise leaders in our community who are capable of building great enterprises and raising great families and holding the fort as we fight for the soul of this city and help the minorities, regardless of their race and ethnicities and culture. We are here to ensure that we raise a community and a society where everyone feels accepted, included, and appreciated. All right. Thank you, and have a wonderful deliberations. If you have any questions, I might entertain them. So over to you, Dr. Blessing Ude.
Awesome. Let's appreciate it. That was a well presented workshop, and it was a good different perspective about dynamics, especially the personalities that he talked about. We looked at a different the personality style that we looked at last month was different, so it was great bringing a different perspective, because it's very, very important that you understand the different people in your group, because you need them to be able to, understand them, to be able to work with them. So thank you so much, Dr. Godwin, for such great eye-opening presentation. Does anybody have any question? I will entertain our questions now, and I'm going to stop recording for privacy purposes as well. Okay, so you can feel free to ask your questions, but I'm just going to stop my recording now.